So what are the old people doing here? Why don't you practice? Huh? You're all retired, yeah? Huh? The only thing you have left to do is to practice. Huh? Prepare yourself, to go to the next life, yeah? Yeah, on this bench as well, yeah? Huh? Body, 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 huh? Well, sooner or later we all die, huh? Sometimes sooner, sometimes later, yeah? When the world goes on like this, very soon, yeah? So you better prepare yourself, yeah? Huh? What did I say? How many hours? At least 6 hours a day? Yeah, this young one still goes to university. What does she do? She learns how to play with a smartphone, huh? Yeah, smartphone, yeah. They call it smartphone because the people who use it are stupid. No? Huh? And the more we use it, the more stupid we become. Huh? What am I going to do with you? Yeah? Oh, life is so difficult. Life is so difficult. Yeah? Huh? No! It can be very easy, if you have the right mindset. Yeah? Whatever comes will come anyway. Yeah? And just say hello, hi, there you are. Yeah? If it's bad, grin your teeth. Huh? And sooner or later will go over. Yeah? But we fight everything. Yeah? We fight our partner, we fight the government, we fight our boss. We fight. Yeah? Huh? We don't like this, we don't like that. Huh? Huh? And we find always fault with other people. Yeah? Never find fault with ourselves, because we are perfect. Yeah? Everybody else around us is not perfect. Huh? Yes. Oh boy, boy, boy. Huh? That's why we have so much dukkha. Huh? If we look at our own heart, and correct the things, that are leading us into trouble, then we would be, quite comfortable and well. Yeah? But we place the burden on other people, yeah, on the situation, yeah. Now it is hot, now it is cold, yeah. Now it's humid, yeah. Now we cannot practice, yeah. My legs are in pain, yeah. When I sit for 20 minutes, my back is breaking, I ruin my body, yeah. But when we eat and talk to each other for sitting for 2 or 3 hours, no problem. Huh? Strange, isn't it? Very strange, yeah. Because we always have somebody, who who puts the words in our ears, yeah. That's called the kilesa, yeah. Yeah, I want this, I need this, I don't like this, I don't like that. Yeah? Kilesa, all day long. Shut it off. Tell them to go to hell. Yeah? Just like, when I was doing walking meditation, sometimes I was in England, a long time ago. Yeah? It was snowy, I did walking meditation, and the kilesa said, I don't like it, I don't like it. Yeah? I said, if you don't like it, get out. Huh? I go on walking. I go on sitting. Same. Yeah? Huh? The kilesas, bring us all these trouble. Yeah? Greed, hatred and delusion. Yeah? Everybody has heard of it. Yeah? These are called the armies of the kilesas. Yeah? And behind that is avijja. What is avijja? Wanting to know. Siri, Google. Huh? That is avijja. Wanting to know, and not being able to know in line with the truth. Yeah? Wanting to understand, but not being able to understand in line with the truth. Yeah? Yeah? That's avijja. Yeah? What do they teach you here? I feel sorry for all these Malaysians. Yeah? all these teachers coming by, everybody says something different, yeah? Huh? And in the end, we all get confused, yeah? What is the right teaching? Huh? The right teaching is always, yeah, keeping close to the Buddha's teaching. The Four Noble Truths, yeah? Dukkha, First Noble Truth. We don't have dukkha, huh? Yes. In the morning you get up, you don't want to, yeah? Yeah? You don't want to get up, you don't want to go to work, you want to sleep over, yeah? Dukkha, yeah? You're hungry, dukkha, huh? You're thirsty, dukkha. You need to go to the toilet, oh, dukkha, yeah? Huh? No. And then, it's so nice. That's, yeah, when dukkha changes into sukha, yeah? We are tired, it's dukkha, yeah? But that is only the dukkha of the body. Everybody has a dukkha, everybody has a body, yeah? So he knows it, yeah? And then you have to look after this body, yeah? Yeah? And you have to work for this body, yeah? And does the body thank you? Huh? Does it say, thank you, my dear, yeah? Huh? You work so hard for me, yeah? No. It's ungrateful, it dies in front of our eyes, yeah? And we have to look for a new body. Just like your car, yeah? When your car, is getting ruined, it needs to go to the scrapyard, what do? Look for another car, yeah? Learning to walk. When you're born here, yeah? You remember when you learn to walk? When you learn to talk? When you learn to read? When you learn to write? Huh? When you went to school for 15 years? Remember this? Welcome, next life. Huh? This is awaiting us. We are Buddhists, so we believe, there is a next life, yeah? There was a previous life, yeah? And because of the previous life, we are born in Malaysia, yeah? Because of our karma, we are born in the situation we are born into, yeah? So, well, what does it say? Singapore is the same. Not much different, yeah? Why are people born into Thailand, where Buddhism flourishes, yeah? Why are you born in a Muslim country? What did you do in your last life, huh? Did you spit on the Buddha, huh? It's because of karma we are born in the family that we are born. We are born in the country that we are born, yeah? Because of our karma, yeah? We didn't hold it up, yeah? Now you can learn it, hold it up, and hopefully in the next life you're born in a Buddhist country, yeah? I wasn't born in a Buddhist country, yeah? But there was Buddhism. Yeah, all these teachers. Yeah, you know what we say in German? Yeah, too many cooks spoil the food. Yeah, too many teachers spoil the Dhamma. And it's clear. Yeah, this person teaches this, that person teaches that. And what is the truth? The truth is the Four Noble Truths. Yeah, dukkha. Yeah, discontentment, dis-ease, suffering, pain. Yeah, that is dukkha. Yeah? It's a container for all these unpleasant things. Restlessness, yeah? Everybody knows nowadays they don't know restlessness, because they're restlessness, they look at their smartphone. Yeah? How do you know dukkha if you don't understand the First Noble Truth of dukkha? How will you ever make your mind up, to go beyond dukkha? Huh? We do have to understand it, we have to feel it every day. Every morning we wake up, oh no, I don't want to go, yeah? I want to sleep over, I don't want to go to work, yeah? Huh? Every day, yeah? We have to understand dukkha, huh? And that is only the bodily dukkha, huh? And we have to take care of this body. We have to educate this body for 16 years, huh? Now you go to university, huh? But before that, you have to train this body for 16 years, yeah? And next life you have to do it again, because you forget everything. The older people remember this, huh? All our family business is gone, huh? We cannot take anything with us, yeah? All our education is gone. Huh? We have to learn to talk again. Yeah? We have to learn to walk again. Yeah? When we come back as a human being. Is that clear? Yes. Yeah, and you go out, and then forget everything. Huh? I come here to remind you of the important things, yeah? The important things in our life, yeah? I mean, everybody heard of samsara vata, yeah? Yeah? What is samsara vata? Birth and death, yeah? We are born to die and we die to be born again. That is called samsara vata. Huh? I call it the hamster wheel. Running and not going anywhere, yeah? Huh? Next time look at the hamster in the hamster wheel, yeah? That is us. Yeah, don't laugh, I mean, it's serious. Yeah? Or sometimes I call it the roller coaster of life. Yeah? Going up, yeah? Very slowly going up to heaven, and then very fast going down to hell. Yeah? And then going up slowly. Yeah? Yeah? The 31 realms of existence. Yeah? And where do we go? Where do you go after death? No? Hopefully you're not down. Yeah, everybody wants to go up, yeah? But nobody is willing to do this. Yeah? Do you know what it needs, to go up? What? No, not necessarily. Yeah? It helps, yeah? What is it? Keeping the 5 precepts. That's important, Having respect. Yeah? Having respect for the elders, having respect, yeah? Having respect for the parents. Yeah? They don't allow you into heaven if you don't have respect. Huh? Look at the younger generation, they don't respect anything than themselves. Yeah? Yeah? The university, huh? Yeah? You don't respect your teachers, yeah? You don't respect your professors, yeah? Nowadays they are even cleverer than their teachers. Huh? Oh, Mr. Teacher, Google says this, yeah? That is cannot be right. Yeah? Nowadays in some schools in Thailand and some schools in America, they already banned the smartphones, yeah? Yeah? Because it is destructive for our learning, yeah? Looking at this, yeah? Respect for our parents, respect for our teachers, for everybody who teaches us something. Yeah? You can leave me out, but I'm just here, as a reminder. Yeah. And then what else? Generosity. Yeah? And what else? Gratitude. You know what gratitude is? Being grateful for your parents who raised you for 20 years. Huh? Who looked after, who wiped who wiped the shit off your ass? Huh? Don't remember that? Huh? You threw up on them? Yeah? Huh? When you were born? Huh? Lungta Mahabodhi called it, these little kids, sit on the head of their parents and shit on them. Yeah? Because they don't have any more respect for them. Yeah? So that is, yeah? And they are not grateful, for what is given to them. Don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you, for whatever is happening to you right now is what you have done unto others. Ha! Everything comes back to us, yeah? If we, in every moment of our life, respect this truth, yeah, then we can live quite happily. Yeah? Sometimes it's more difficult, we just bite our teeth, and go through it, yeah, don't fight it, yeah. And then some nice things coming, yeah, and then some bad things coming, yeah, everybody of us. Huh? Nobody is born as an angel. Everybody is born with evil in his heart. Everybody is born with goodness in his heart. No? Yeah. It's up to us, some people are more evil and other people are more good, have more goodness in them. Yeah? So it's up to us, to develop the goodness and get rid of the evil. Yeah? No? No, it's so difficult. Our desire always comes in between, huh? I want this, yeah? This blouse that I'm wearing, I already was wearing it for 3 days, it's outmoded, huh? I need a new blouse, huh? I need a new bag, I need new shoes, huh? These things, yeah? I need a new car, I need a new stereo, I need all these things. No, you don't need any of these things, yeah? Because happiness arises in the heart, yeah? Just like sorrow arises in the heart. Worries, fear, everything arises in the heart. It's nothing to do with the things outside. Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Not easy to understand. Yeah. So what did the Lord Buddha teach? Yeah? After dukkha, where is the dukkha coming from? Yeah? The dukkha of the heart. Yeah? And we talked only about the dukkha of the body. I don't like this, I don't like this, I want this, I want that. Yeah? I want to be like this, I want to be rich, I want to be powerful, I want to, yeah? Huh? I don't want to meet this person, I don't want to work in this factory, I want to work in that factory. Yeah? It's all, yeah? Desire, tanha, yeah? It's the cause of our, yeah? It's the cause of our dukkha. The dukkha of the heart, yeah? And that is much worse than the dukkha of the body, because the dukkha of the body, we know the remedies already. Yeah? When we're hungry, we eat. Okay, finished. Yeah? No more dukkha. Yeah? When we're tired, we go to sleep. No more dukkha. Yeah? Huh? But when we feel sorrow or anger or, there's no remedy for that. Huh? We have to face it up. When there's pain, yeah? We have to face it up. We have to face up these feelings. Yeah? And the more you desire, the more dukkha you have. The less you desire, the less dukkha you have. Yeah? And if you are able to go into samadhi, yeah, then you feel, you don't need anything at all. Yeah? Because there are no thoughts and no memories to tell you what you want and what you need. Yeah? What the future is and what the past is. Yeah? There's nothing of this. There's just contentment. Pure contentment. Huh? Ever tried it? Didn't work out. I gave up before. The mind is so busy, yeah? The mind, yeah. Huh? For the old people, mind is very busy, yeah? You have more work to do than when you were, working for, yeah? No time, yeah, for the old people, yeah? Yeah? They have no time. Yeah? They're getting retired and then suddenly have no time anymore. Yeah? Need to do this. I need to do that. I need to finish this. Yeah? There's also a next life where you can finish. Yeah? Yeah? Next life you also need to do this or that. Yeah? Huh? What is important in our life? Yeah? That is the question you should ask yourself. What is important? Yeah? Is the soundness of the mind, is the calmness of the mind important? Yeah? Huh? Then you put all your effort into meditation. Yeah? Get rid of these thoughts. Not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. Huh? Don't work so hard. Yeah? Huh? Coming back home from work and then still working and working and working. What do I do tomorrow? What do I do next week? Yeah? Yeah? Maybe tomorrow never comes. We should prepare for this very moment, yeah? Maybe next year doesn't come. Maybe we are already, somewhere, yeah? Somewhere in another realm, yeah? We don't know, yeah? Why to plan for all these things? Why do we plan? Yeah? Gives us some joy, because when we plan, we don't plan for sorrowful states. Yeah? We plan, if I do this, I will be happy. If I do that, I will be happy. Did it work out? Never works out. Never works out. Huh? You always plan, yeah. I go there, I change my job, yeah. Or I changed my partner. Nowadays it's very common. Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Doesn't work out. Yeah? After 3 months or half a year, you're in the same predicament. Yeah? Same sorrows. Yeah? You go into another country after 3 months. The same thing. Yeah? Wherever you go, you meet yourself. Yeah? So why not working here, where you are? Yeah? Why not working here? Yeah? Getting rid of all this dukkha, getting rid of the desire, or letting go, of much of the desire so that there's more contentment in our life. Yeah? What do we really need? We need some food, we need a pair of robes, Yeah? 1 meal a day, it's more than enough. I lived that for 30 years now. Sometimes I ate only once a week. Or twice a month, yeah? For years on end, yeah? And what did I do? Practice for 16, 18 hours a day. Not only 6. 16 hours, yeah? Getting up at 3 o'clock, and going to bed at 11 o'clock or sometimes even 1 o'clock, yeah? Sleeping for 2 hours. Working, yeah? Fighting the kilesas, yeah? And I tell you, life is so good, yeah? This body is so nice. This body is just like a car. Yeah? When it breaks down, you go to the car shop. Yeah, called hospital nowadays. Yeah? And when your liver or kidney is not functioning, they open up the body, and take out the old kidney and put in a new kidney. Yeah? So where's the difference between a car and this body? Huh? Yeah. Driving a car is much easier, it takes us just 3 months, but learning this body, learning this biological robot, takes us 16, 18 years. Huh? Before we can use it with its full strength, yeah? Remember this. The body is a body, it's a tool, yeah? You get into the body, you drive it, you do whatever you want, and you get out of the body, yeah? Huh? Just like in your car, yeah? If there's nobody sitting in the car, what does the car do? Nothing. Yeah? Or if the driver is asleep, the car does nothing, yeah? If you go into Samadhi, the body doesn't do anything, yeah? It sits up straight, yeah? People in meditation, always control their body. We are not there to control the body, we are control the mind that goes out. Oh no, yeah, I have to sit like this. Oh, I have to sit like this. I have to sit like this. Yeah, now I need, this is the better position. Yeah, this is controlling the body. Huh? That's not meditation. Huh? Meditation is controlling the mind. Yeah, staying with the Buddha or staying with the breath. Yeah, and when the mind goes out, we bring it back. But the mind doesn't want. Yeah, the kilesas want to play. Huh? It's a toy. Yeah? The body is their favorite toy. They want to play with the body. Yeah? Eating. This kind of food. I've never tried this kind of food. Yeah? Let me try it out. Yeah? Huh? The Thais are great in this. Yeah? But I think the Malaysians are also good. Every month there's a new flavor coming up. Yeah? We haven't tried this flavor. We haven't tried that flavor. Oh, that tastes great. Yeah? Food is made out of 7 tastes, yeah, that's it. Bitter, sweet, sour, yeah, whatever, Every food, yeah. You just mix it together in different quantities. That tastes nice, yeah. Put more sugar in, yes, sweet, yeah. Put less sugar in, it might be salty, or it might be sour, yeah. So what? Or bitter. We all go for this, yeah? Instead of realizing, food is food to keep up the body. Yeah? That's what we learn, as monks, yeah? Food is there to keep up the body working, yeah? And we don't need a lot, especially if we practice a lot. Yeah? For all the retirees, remember that. Huh? Huh? We don't need, yeah? Huh? We don't need to work hard, Of course, if we are on construction work, or labor, hard labor, of course, then we need to feed the body, much more. But if we have a teaching shop, what do we need? Yeah, Huh? Very little. Yeah? Two set of robes, two set of clothes, that's enough, yeah? Huh? Maybe 2 pairs of shoes, 1 handbag, that's enough, yeah? What else do you need, yeah? Why do you need to change, yeah? Yeah? Why do you need to change? Now I look different. Inside it's the same rotten person, yeah? Outside, we change the outside, huh? You understand? Inside it's the same, huh? German you say, außen hui, innen pui, Outside change, the inside is still the same problem. Yeah? But we like to do that, yeah? Huh? We like to make up, for the deficiency in our bodies. Yeah? Don't put your feet in front of the monk. Yeah. This is what we want. That's what deceives us, yeah, or keeps us in the delusion. Yeah? Okay, so that was the second noble truth. What is the third noble truth? Huh? There's an end to suffering. Yeah. Yeah? Or end to dukkha. Don't translate dukkha as suffering, because hardly any person suffers. Huh? But every person is discontent. Huh? No? At dis-ease, huh? At pain, huh? Sometimes in pain, huh? Sometimes restless. That's all dukkha. Huh? If you translate dukkha as suffering, yeah, then you misunderstand the teaching of the Lord Buddha. Huh? Dukkha is not suffering, yeah. All these unpleasant feelings that come, yeah. Huh? You want to change this, why do you want to change it? Because dukkha, yeah. You want this because of dukkha, you want that because of dukkha, yeah. You want to change your sitting position because of dukkha, yeah. Yeah? Yeah. That's pain, yeah. Not suffering. You don't suffer when you sit in meditation, but you have some pain, yeah. Or you have some disease, yeah. Or the mind is restless, huh? Or the mind is, in most cases the mind is bored. Oh, this Buddha is boring. Oh, this breath is boring. I know it already. I know it. I looked at it long enough. Yeah, and let's think about this or think about that. Yeah, huh? Let's get the imagination engine running. Yeah, what am I going to do now? Yeah, after that. Yeah, whatever. Huh? Having something to eat, or watching telly, or looking at the smartphone, playing games, huh? Yeah, texting to friends, sending pictures to friends. These smartphones, they really ruin everything. Yeah? We are already in a delusion, the more we get into the smartphones, the more we get into delusion, second grade, yeah. It's already difficult to get out of this real world, yeah? What we call real world, what the Lord Buddha calls delusion, yeah? Because for us things seems to be real, yeah? But when we look at the smartphone, nothing is real. It's all created, It's a game, yeah? Call it a game of life, yeah? When was it? In the 90s, I think, when I started to become a monk, there was a second life, yeah? There was a game out, Second Life, where you can completely change your personality, your job, and so on, yeah? And people were getting completely obnoxious about it, yeah? Forgetting even to work or forgetting to eat, yeah? Because they played another person, yeah? Like in most of the games, yeah? I'm playing another person because we don't like who we are, huh? So, get real to your life. Yeah? So, for the most important noble truth, what is that? The fourth noble truth. Huh? The path that leads to the end of dukkha. And where does it start? Sila. Huh? Sila is important. Yeah? Huh? Sila is important for practice. Sila is important, for coming back, as a human being. Sila is important for going up. Yeah? I told you, yeah? If you want to go up, yeah? Respect, generosity, gratitude, Sila. Yeah? If you're not enough, you come back as a human. Yeah? That you want to pass? No, not enough. Go back. Huh? They're quite strict up there, you know. They want, yeah. When they come, you know, when they come close, you know, close to a human village, you know, oh, it stinks. Oh, it stinks. Yeah, because they don't keep the Sila. What are the Sila? Yeah? Not harming any living being. That's the first precept. Yeah. Not taking what is not given. Second precept. Yeah. Yeah. People who work, you know, in a company, you know, take this home or take that home. It's breaking the Sila. Even a pencil, it's not given to you. Yeah? And you go to your friend and yeah, and raid the fridge, you know. I mean, as long as he doesn't allow it, you know. I mean, yeah, it's breaking the Sila. Yeah? Or you see this apple on his, yeah, or that, you know, and take it, nice, you know. It's breaking the Sila. It's very easy to break the Sila. So, not taking what is not giving. Yeah, no sexual misconduct. What is sexual misconduct? Not sexual fantasies, yeah. I mean, yeah, having a partner, yeah, and having an affair, yeah. Yeah. But that is not only, yeah. Parents with their kids, sexual misconduct, yeah. Teachers with their students, sexual misconduct. Professors with their students, sexual misconduct, yeah. And of course the boss with his employees, sexual misconduct. It goes deep, huh? And now you look at the world, you know, the world is full, yeah? And pretty much everybody, you know, I mean, if it's serious enough, sexual misconduct always leads to hell. Yeah? Like killing people, you know, always leads to hell. Yeah? And big theft, you know, also leads. If it is minor, you know, you can scrape by, yeah? You might only go to the ghost realm for a while. But anyway, yeah, so what is the fourth? Musa. What is that? No harsh speech. Yeah? Huh? No harming speech, you know, that harms other people. Yeah? That's all Musa. Yeah? But it's so difficult to watch our mouth, huh? The mouth runs before our brain starts, yeah? That's why in German we have the saying, you know, turn on the brain before you open your mouth. Yeah. That's easy, yeah? You constantly, you know, look at other people, say, you know, this is, you know, look what this is doing. Look what he is doing, look what she is doing, yeah, she's behaving, misbehaving, but we never look at ourselves what we are doing, yeah? So, Musa, yeah? And the last one, huh? No alcohol, no drugs, yeah? No smartphone. I mean, haven't you seen the people? I just saw when we were coming here, you know, a person sitting in a car, you know, while driving and texting. Huh? No, texting. Huh? I mean, or people walking over the street, you know, I mean, while they look at their smartphones, yeah? I mean, yeah? Where's the difference, yeah? And now, the smartphone is, you know, is, in Thai it is better, accepted, you know, it is attached to our body. Yeah? Huh? Most of the people have the smartphone here in the back, you know, or in the purse, you know, and in the evening they put it next to the bed, yeah? Huh? Being able to be reached every moment, yeah? Isn't that a nuisance? Huh? And then all these I don't know how they call it in English, these Qualcomm, these text messages come from these different providers, you know, this is this, you know, you have this, you know, yeah? Beep, beep. Or, you know, you what is it? I don't know these technologies. Yeah? But there's a lot of these things constantly coming up. Beep, beep. Yeah, when I give a talk, beep, beep. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And somebody got a text message, yeah, from this group or from that group, or yeah. It's also important. No, it's not important. Yeah? How our health is, how our mind is, that is important. Yeah. So remember that. Yeah. I mean, of course, everybody needs to use the smartphones nowadays or the phone nowadays. Yeah. I mean, use it wisely. Yeah. Lungta Mahabod, once said, I mean, Torah tat, teva tat, yeah? Torah sapmete, Torah tat. And that means, TV, in phones, are devatata. Yeah? They delude us, yeah? Just like Devadatta wanted to change the Buddha's teaching, yeah? So are these things, yeah? The TV, and the smartphones, want to change the teaching, yeah? I mean, nowadays you just look up, what did the Lord Buddha say, or what did this Ajahn say, or that Ajahn say, In the end, that's why you hear, what is he saying? What is he saying? Why is this saying different from the others, Which way should I go? The Four Noble Truths, yeah? And the fourth noble truth is the one that is important to us. Yeah? Sila. Yeah? I just talked about it. Samadhi, the ability to concentrate. What do the Western monks say? That is nothing for Westerners. We just do Panna. Yeah? We just do Vipassana. Yeah? I mean, when I was 91, I went to the English monasteries. I was there in Anagarika, for a year, I mean, the monks couldn't practice. I mean, they couldn't sit in Samadhi. I was so amazed, because they worked, 8 hours a day. Cutting wood, and repairing the monastery, building this monastery, building this chedi, building this, building that, building, and asking you for money to build more. No? It's your money that goes into all these buildings, And for what? Monks shouldn't do this kind of work. We become monks, to practice, Samadhi and Panna, And we have the 227 rules. That should be, Do you think, Lungta Mahabodhi allowed any building work? No. If somebody, there was Lumpuli, Lumpuli, was there, one time when Lungta Mahabodhi went to Bangkok, he was building a godang, a storage room or storage facility, and then Lungta Mahabodhi came back and he was really angry. Who dared, to build this, He didn't want us. He didn't want the monks, to build anything, or be busy with this or busy with that. He wanted them, to practice, 24 hours a day. If we went Bindabat, it was just 18 hours or 16 hours a day. Practice, practice, practice. Walking Changkong, sitting in Samadhi, how long can you practice? How much did you practice today? 5 minutes? This elderly, how many hours? Nothing. 0, 0, 0. Don't you think it is important? Samadhi is important, Samadhi make the mind calm because all the happiness, is within the heart, All the contentment, but also, of course, also the kilesas are in the heart, But when we go with Samadhi, we chuck the kilesas out for a while, and go and enter the safe house, And within the safe house, we feel contented. We don't want anything. And that's where you realize you don't need anything of it. But it's too difficult. Isn't it? It's easier to buy this or buy that or eat this or eat that, Isn't it? But that's not the way, that's the way of the kilesas who constantly lure us into doing things that are not necessary. Yeah. Yes, we have to look after the body. That is clear. Yeah. But don't overdo it. Yeah. Malaysia, Singapore. Yeah. Even nowadays, also in Thailand. Yeah. I mean, they eat medicine as a staple food. Yeah. This medicine, you need to do this. I always get a big bag of medicine, supplements, all these things. You just stuff it in, you don't even know what the effect on the body is. Somebody tells you it's good for your health, yeah. But everybody is different. Everybody needs different things. Yeah? That is what is karma, Because of our karma we have, this kind of body or that kind of body. Yeah? We have a womanly body or a manly body. Yeah? Or we have, a frail body or a strong body. Yeah? So a strong body doesn't need these things that a frail body needs. Yeah? So everybody has to look what his body needs. Yeah? And actually you will be surprised how little it needs. What to do with you? Tell me. Samadhi, I mean, you close your eyes, you sit comfortable, and then you don't move the body. Yeah? And you concentrate all your energy on the Buddha or on the breath. Yeah? Knowing the breath goes in, knowing the breath goes out. Knowing the Buddha, is there or the Buddha is not there. The Buddha is fast or slow or deep or shallow. Yeah? That's Samadhi is concentration. Sati is knowing that. Yeah? So while we train Samadhi, we also have to train Sati. Yeah? People concentrate, okay, Buddha, your mind becomes calm and then they go on to calm. Yeah? That's the end of Samadhi. They don't enter Samadhi. Yeah? That's concentration. And concentration can lead us to sort of calm. Yeah? And that's where most of the people stop. No, we have to develop Sati. Yeah? The knowingness, the awareness of what is going on. Yeah? What you do, why you do it, and what is the result of your doing. In Thai it's called Sati Sadam. Yeah? To have this awareness. Yeah? Being aware of what we are doing, why we are doing, and what the results of our doing it. How many people are doing that? 0. Who is doing this? Anybody? Raise your hand. Yeah? Who is aware of what he is doing, why he is doing it, and what the results of his doing. Nobody. Yeah? We need to develop that, otherwise we don't. Yeah? We cannot clear our mind of greed, hatred and delusion. We have to know what we are doing. We have to know what we are eating and what kind of results it has on our body. That's yeah. What our body needs. Yeah? Doesn't need a lot, yeah, but it does need something, yeah. We need to look after it, yeah, but we don't need to spend, 20 hours a day to look after the body, yeah. Working for the body, yeah. As I said before, yeah, is the body grateful that you work for it? Huh? Does it tell you anything? Yeah? Huh? Does within the body arise the happiness? Huh? It only knows hunger or full, yeah? 0 and 1. Or half full, yeah? Maybe 3 values, yeah? Tired, or rested, yeah? That's what the body knows. It's not grateful that we look after. We are grateful that we have it, yeah? But we are only grateful, that we have it when we are Buddhists and try to go our way. Yeah? Go the way, to Nibbana. Open the door of our hamster wheel. Please, next time, when you see a hamster in a hamster wheel, look, and see, that's me. That is me, yeah? Nothing different. I mean, how many trillions of life have we lived already? How many more trillions you want to live? Is it so comfortable, this life? It's a bit tough, isn't it? I'm a bit tough, huh? Tough on you, huh? But sometimes we need a wake-up call. Hello, are you there? Is anybody in here? Huh? Kilesas are in here, yeah? They decide what to do, yeah? No? Every day, every morning, yeah? They decide what to do, yeah? And we have to fight them, yeah? And that's where Panna comes in, yeah? So where does greed and hatred come from? Where's the source of our greed and hate? What is it connected to? Of course it is in the mind, but it needs an object. Don't you need an object, yeah? When sexual desire arises, you need an object. Without object, no sexual desire, yeah? Don't look too much on other women, yeah? No. So, greed and hatred arises within this body, within the sphere of the body. That's why we have to do body investigation. Yeah? Anybody teaches you body investigation? Yeah? The loathsomeness of the body? Huh? Any one of these Western monks are teaching you body investigation? Doesn't seem so. It's 32 parts. Yeah? Take the skin off and look what is behind the skin. Yeah? Look at the food that you put in the mouth, and then look at the shit that comes out. Yeah? Or, put the spittle in your hand, and try to put it back in. Huh? Or, next time spread, your sweat onto your next sausage or bread or whatever, or rice, yeah? No, you don't like the things that come out of the body. You only like the things that go into the body or on the body, yeah? That is body investigation, yeah? When I was still, in England, in the monasteries, the Western monk said, we don't have to make this body loathsome. I said, the body is loathsome. We don't have to make it loathsome. Just open it up, yeah? Look at the contents of your stomach, or look at, the poos and blood, Look at the liver or the heart. You don't want to hold it in your hand, yeah? You will throw up if you remove the skin and look in the mirror. Oh, I don't want to see that. Skin your girlfriend, and then you don't want to touch her anymore. It's true. Yeah. I mean, why do you think? We as monks need this. Yeah, need this kind of practice. Otherwise, we disrobe within 3 months. Yeah. Or we become like these like these Christian monks, who have an underground tunnel to a nunnery, yeah? Never heard of that? France, France was very famous for it, yeah? And they found a lot of babies in there as well, the skeletons of babies. Yeah? No, we need that, we need investigation of the body, to overcome greed and hatred. And greed and hatred is rooted within the body, yeah? Because the moment we do really body investigation, the first thing is, the first thing for body investigation is see that the body is not me, not mine, and not myself, yeah? Get out of the body, yeah? Have a look at it, okay, it looks like me, yeah? Then go back in, yeah? cannot do it. Yeah? Huh? Yeah, then chop the body up, when you sit there, chop it. Yeah, you can use the 32 parts, or you can chop up the hand and put it there, the other hand put it there, underarm, put it there, all throw it in a heap, and then look at it. And who sits it? Who sees it? Not your eyes. Huh? It's your Sati that sees it. Yeah? All the body parts are there. And what is sitting there? It's a knowingness. Yeah? Huh? Or when you ask your arm, does your arm tell you it's an arm? No. Does your thought tell you it's a thought? Try to ask it. Do you know your thought? Do you know your memory? Huh? What do you think it will reply? Nothing. Stillness. Yeah? No. We put these labels on these things. We put arm, we put I, we put he, we put she. Huh? This is a friend, this is a foe. We put these labels and we live in this world of the labels. Yeah? That's what is also called delusion. Yeah? We make our own world that we live in. Yeah? Just like, when people nowadays play these video games, they live in their world, they choose a character, and yeah. Huh? Not much different. Huh? But at least they don't suffer so much, But, sooner or later, when they get shot, game over. Okay, next game. Just like us. Game over, die. Yeah? Death or molly. Yeah? Game over, yeah, play again. And then play again. And then play again. And then play again. Yeah? They cannot stop. Yeah? Watch these addicts, Watch these addicts, who constantly play these games. Yeah? It's not different. Yeah? They're already in the second stage of delusion. Yeah? We already have our problems with the first, with the big delusion, of this world. Yeah? But they, they don't even want to see it. That's why they hide, in these game worlds. Yeah? No? Did I pick the right person? We don't want to see the truth, that's why we hide, Yeah? It's addiction, yeah? But better, better than alcohol and drugs, that leads us to destruction. Yeah? Destructs ourselves. Yeah? But these games, they're just as punitive as other things. Yeah? We don't want to see reality. Yeah? We don't want to see the reality of this body. Yeah? And we don't want to see the reality of the world we live in. We don't want to see the reality of karma. Yeah? And that's why we hide somewhere. Yeah? Like an ostrich. Yeah? Huh? Who doesn't want to see the tiger who is running after it, so he puts his head in the sand and said, if I don't see him, he doesn't see me. Huh? Yeah, that's us. Yeah. Putting our head, in the sand, yeah? And not wanting to know, yeah? So, body investigation. Yeah? The first is, to see the body is not self. Yeah? What's the first? Yeah? You have to do it. Yeah? Sooner or later you will have to do it. Yeah? See the body. Yeah? I mean, if you are born in a car and die in a car and never get out of the car, you think you are the car. No? You never get out of the car. You are born in the car, you die in the car. How can you not think you are the car when you drive the car? It's the same thing, yeah? We are thrown into this body, we never get out, We die in this body and then we think we are the body, and that's why we are so afraid of dying. Yeah? Let the body go. Yeah? Let the things disappear that can disappear. Yeah? So back to Samadhi. Yeah? It is important for us to get still, to get energy, to get concentration, to develop this knowingness. What is going on? Yeah? So, when we know, when we are with the Buddha, or when we are the breath, we know the breath starts, the breath is at its height, the in-breath at its height, now it goes slowly, now it changes from in-breath to out-breath. Every moment of the breath we follow, yeah? Knowing, yeah? You know what knowing is. Being aware of what is going on. Yeah? I mean, you have a zoo and aquarium here in KL, next time go. Yeah? This training of Samadhi is just observing the breath, of observing the Buddha. Just like we observe, the animals in a zoo. We don't have to think what they are doing. We know what they are doing. How do we know? We just know. The same with the breath. We know how the breath is at every moment. We don't have to think about it. But sometimes, in the beginning, when there's no sati at all, we have to remember, okay, this is the in-breath, this is the out-breath, until it slowly comes, But the knowingness comes from the heart, And a lot of people don't really do that. They just do concentration, And that's why they never get really deep into Samadhi. They just get at the door of Samadhi, open it up, so nice, and close the door in front of them, instead of stepping in. Because when you step in, you feel safe. This is our safe house. We have to make it happen, and we don't get there with 0 hours. I looked at, the second stage, there are actually 3 stages of Samadhi. It's Khanika Samadhi, it's uninteresting, it's very momentary. And then there's the Upachara Samadhi, that's the Samadhi I'm talking about. And there's the Apana Samadhi, where breath and awareness becomes, breath and Sati becomes one. One-pointedness. So what is happening in one-pointedness? You cannot say anything about it. Because all what we do, we live in a dualistic world. We see and put attributes, subject and object. That's our language, based on our language. When one-pointedness, subject and object merges into one point, there's nothing you can say about it. You can say, there was knowingness, I didn't sleep. Because you go in one moment, and the next moment you go out. There's no time, there's no space. It can happen, 1 hour or 10 hours or 12 hours or 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. You go in, the next moment you go out. And all what there was this knowingness. Or, Lungta Mahabodha called it the preview of Nibbana. Because that's what Nibbana is like. It's a preview. It's not exactly the same thing, but it is very similar to it. And that's what we want to know. And it's most difficult, so just stick to Upachara Samadhi, it's enough for our investigation. When we come out, and remember that, people ask me, have I been in Samadhi? I don't know. When you come out, how do you feel? You feel energized or feel tired? When you feel tired, then you haven't entered Samadhi. When you feel energized and concentrated, you probably have been in Samadhi. So make it happen. You as well. It took me, when I still was working, I was at least 2 hours a day. In the morning 1 hour, in the evening 1 hour, and half an hour before bed. On the weekends at least 6 hours. And I was still working. And then I went, into homelessness, and then at least minimum 12 hours a day. Sitting, walking, And to be able, to get into Samadhi, And while I was in England or in Europe, nobody taught me about, asuba practice. About body investigation. We don't do that here. But it is, the Lord Buddha taught about asuba practice. Yes, I think the one reminder of the sutras is there. where the Lord Buddha, taught 500 monks, asuba, about the loathsomeness of the body. Yeah, and the next morning, Lord Buddha asked, sorry, what was it, Sariputta, or no, what is Ananda? Yeah, where are all the monks? They killed themselves. Yeah? They couldn't see, they couldn't face up to the loathsomeness of this body. Yeah? So he miled it down, a little bit, turned it down, the volume of the asuba practice. But he still taught it. Huh? And if the Lord Buddha taught it, we should use it, yeah? To overcome greed and hatred. Huh? And the asuba practice, the first thing is, to step outside of the body, or to see the body is not me, yeah? And then, just get disgusted with this body. I mean, we constantly have to care about this body. Are you not tired, yeah? Huh? Working for it? I was 31, I was already tired. I just worked 5 years, or 6 years, yeah? I studied until I was 26 or 25. Can't remember, yeah, something like that. Yeah. That was fun, yeah. But nowadays, university is no more fun, yeah. At that time, in the 80s, yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun, yeah. All these people, all these students, in the evening you had gathering, yeah. And sometimes you studied, sometimes, you celebrated, yeah. So, studying in Germany and then studying in the US, yeah. And then came, had a nice job, and got enough money. But after 5 years, what is this? Why I'm still dissatisfied with my life, huh? Then I looked, and then I found meditation. And I said, oh, I don't need anything. Yeah? And then I went into homelessness. Yeah? And then I worked on my Samadhi, yeah? Until I could, enter Samadhi. Yeah? And then, later on, 2 or 3 years later, I could enter Apana Samadhi. Yeah? Wow. This is, yeah. And if you long enough, in the moment you come out of Apana Samadhi or one-pointedness, the mind is very slow, yeah, because you've been long, you've been long in this knowingness. Yeah? And then, who am I? What am I doing here? What am I sitting, I mean, you open your eyes and you don't know who you are, you don't know where you are, you don't. So the memory has to fill in all the blanks. Who am I? And that's how you see how you create yourself, your view of yourself. Yeah? Because when you're gone, there's no view of self, there's no self. Yeah? That's why the Lord Buddha called it a delusion. Yeah? We deluded about ourselves, who we are, yeah? What we are. Yeah? We have to define it. Yeah? And after coming out, yeah, sometimes it can happen, if you're very long in Upachara Samadhi and you come out, yeah, the mind is also very slow and it needs to get all the information, yeah, that we constantly have at our hand, who we are, what we were, why we are here, yeah. That's interesting. I mean, that's much more interesting than anything on your smartphones, yeah. Huh? I mean, looking at yourself, understanding the way how you work. Huh? You don't want to understand how you work? Huh? Huh? How the machinery, the biological robot works, Huh? Who gives the intention, to form a thought? Yeah. And you can see it, you can follow it up. Yeah, the intention comes from the heart, and then sends a signal to the brain, and then it forms the thought. The form doesn't, be formed. Yeah, the intention doesn't come from our brain. The brain can be very, very calm. Yeah, extremely calm. Yeah? When there's no intention in our heart or in the chitta, the body doesn't move and the brain doesn't work. Yeah? Wow. No, we don't want to know. we have enough things on our hand, that we need to know, yeah, How do I get some more money? How do I, how do I feed my body? How do I look after my kids? Or nephews and nieces? Yeah. Oh, I cannot ordain. I have to look after my, what was it? My brother, or nephew and nieces, or this or that, or my mother. Yeah. You don't have to look after your mother. Your mother is gone already. Yeah. You have to look after yourself. Yeah. You have to look after all the things in your house. Yeah. In the evening, when you come back, look at all the things that over these 60, 70 years of life that you have gathered up in your house or apartment. And you have to dust it, you have to take care of it, yeah? Huh? The pictures that we never ever looked at it again, yeah? The books that we kept and, yeah, maybe I need it, maybe I need it. And it all stores up, yeah? Just like the other things in our heart. It's the same thing, yeah? We store up all these memories in our heart, yeah? And they just weigh down our heart, yeah? Release them, yeah? And then you feel free, yeah? That's the way, yeah? So, investigation of the body, yeah? Seeing the loathsomeness of the body, opening up, yeah? Next time you stand in the front of the mirror, take a little scalpel, and then pull off, yeah? Pull off. Not really in imagination. But you can see it. Yeah? You pull off the skin and what is underneath the skin. Yeah? You see, if you have a lot of fat, you see, the yellow grease, and you pull it off, yeah? Huh? What's that? And then you take the flesh out, and the tendons and things like that, yeah? Or open up this, yeah? You like to see that? No. Nobody likes to see that. Huh? The skin, thin as a tissue, hides the dirt that we don't want to look at. When we take the skin off, we see all these disgusting things, yeah? And that's what we have to see. We have to get disillusioned about, yeah? Why do we work for this body? Why do we constantly have to look after it? Yeah? Yeah? What does it give us? What kind of pleasure does it give us? Where does the pleasure arise? Not in the body, it arises in the mind. Huh? Huh? When it sees nice food, the pleasure arises in the mind. Huh? The body doesn't react. Huh? The mind reacts. Yeah? Or the chitta reacts to it. Yeah? There's no pleasure coming from the body. Yeah? There's no fun, Yeah? The fun is, using the body for our entertainment. Yeah? It's our Xbox. Yeah? We can use it all sorts of things. So, investigation of the body, yeah? The first thing, it leads us, if you have the first two fetters, the fetter of doubt and the fetter of the Sila, yeah? How do they explain? The fetter of doubt, not believing in hell, not believing in heaven, not believing that there are beings in heaven or beings in hell, not believing in karma, that there's good karma and bad karma, and there are results of good and bad karma. That is the first fetter, the fetter of doubt. What is the second fetter? What do they teach you? You are good. So? What? Rites and rituals, yeah? This has nothing to do with it. It's called Sila, Bhatta, Paramasa. Where's rites? Sila is the 5 precepts. Bhatta is the fiddling with the precepts, yeah? Paramasa is, taking or not taking them. Huh? I don't know where these strange things are coming from. Yeah? One time wrong understanding, and it's the wrong direction you go into. Yeah? Not keeping the precept, then keeping the precept, then not keeping the precept, keeping the precept. That is the second fetter. The third fetter is, knowing that the body is not me, not mine, not myself. That doesn't mean that we cannot enjoy the body. Yeah? If you know that you're not the car, but you still like to drive the car, wonderful, yeah. Until you get tired of it, yeah. But you're not the same as the car, yeah. When the car goes wrong, the driver doesn't die, unless you have a fatal accident. Yeah. And then investing, that leads to sotapanna, stream entry, yeah. And stream entry means we don't go into the lower realms anymore. Yeah? And it means, within at least 7 lives, we reach Nibbana. Yeah? That is already, opening the door of the hamster wheel and making one step out. Yeah? So difficult. Yeah? I know. Nothing is difficult, nothing is easy, it's just going. Yeah? Think about, when you go from KL, to Beijing, and if you have to walk, it's only 1 step. You always can do 1 step. As long as you go in the right direction, sooner or later you will end up there. Sometimes you have to climb the mountain, sometimes you go down the mountain, sometimes you have to cross the rivers, sometimes you're in a meadow, sometimes you're in the forest, yeah? But as long as you go in the right direction, 1 step, yeah? So what is so difficult? Hello? Our kilesas make it difficult for us. I don't want to, yeah. I want to sleep, now I want to sleep. Yeah, I want to rest, yeah. Lungta Mahaprabhu said something nice, the middle of the cushion, yeah. We rest our heart on the middle of the cushion when we wake up, and we see that our cushion is full of thorns and spikes, yeah? When we end up in hell, yeah? That is the middle of the cushion, yeah? And let me have a rest, Yeah? What? Explain. Don't you understand English? Oh, not very good, okay. You're Malay, or? Malaysian Chinese. Yeah, I don't speak Chinese. Most of the Buddhists are Chinese, yeah. So, yeah. So, doing the investigation of the loathsomeness of the body, yeah. We don't have to understand, we don't have to make the body loathsome, we find it loathsome, yeah. Next time if you don't believe me, look at the shit, yeah. You don't like to, look at the shit, yeah. You don't like to put the spittle back in your mouth, yeah. Remember that, yeah. That is part of the loathsomeness of the body, yeah. And the loathsomeness of the body leads us to? No? Don't know? Yeah, it leads us to wisdom, but where does the wisdom lead us? To which stage of enlightenment does it lead us? No? Don't know? Sakadagami? Yeah? It's only body investigation, 3 stages of enlightenment. Yeah? Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami. Only when Anagami, it's finished the body investigation. Because he doesn't come back. He doesn't come back in any of the form realms, in the bodily realms. Yeah? He doesn't come back anymore, Anagami. Yeah? He has made his choice, Now he can sleep. Yeah? I'm waiting for 50,000 years because that is automatic. Then he automatically goes after 50,000 years. Each of the fetters, of the higher fetters, that he has to tackle, takes him 10,000 years, yeah? But, he does it automatically. It just floats up, yeah? We have still to work very hard to get even handle of the door. And then to open it up, it's even worse, yeah. Yeah. It's so rusty, what do you think, after trillions of life, how rusty is your door. Even the door to your heart is already, all these heavy stones, that on top of our heart, that weighs us down. Yeah? In practice, when we practice meditation, we have to remove them, yeah, to lighten up, yeah. It's sometimes really painful, yeah. Sometimes I cried, I cried a lot, 4 hours, 5 hours, feel so sorry for myself, yeah. But there was something, you have to go through it, yeah. And then after that, just like the sun shines, yeah. It lightens up, yeah. Each time, you take out one of these heavy kilesas, that burden you, yeah. Then the sun shines a little bit more, and then a little bit more, yeah. And you get freer and freer, with every fight. Yeah? Because we have to fight the kilesas, they don't go. We cannot tell them, yeah, please go, yeah, I don't want you. They just let us know, but I want you. You are under my power, yeah? And you have to fight, yeah? Just like with any tyrant, yeah? We have to overthrow the tyrant before, we can feel free, yeah? But that just leads to a new tyrant, but if we overthrow the kilesas, that leads us to freedom, yeah? So body investigation, yeah? People, yeah, Samadhi is too difficult, let's start with Panna, yeah? And Panna, yeah, everybody thinks, Panna is thinking about the world, thinking about karma, thinking about, no. Panna is right question, yeah? So, you sit there, yeah? And then pain comes up, and then Panna asks, what is pain? That's what Panna is, yeah? It wants to know, it wants to understand what is pain, yeah? It's not thinking about this world, how delusional, yeah? Huh? No, it wants to know, understand, yeah? What is pain, what is anger, how does it feel like? How does the anger compare to the pain? How does anger compare to lust? And so on, and so on. It wants to understand, yeah? The things that we are fooled by, yeah? Because we put the labels of, this is anger, I don't want it. This is lust, I want it, Huh? It fools us with this. That's why we want to understand. What is pain? How does it feel? Where is it located? Yeah? Where does it actually come from? Yeah? We don't worry, if there's pain, we get up from our meditation and the pain is gone. Huh? Kind of magic pain, isn't it? When we have other pain, we need to go and see a doctor, get some medicine or some shots, yeah? What is fear? Huh? Fear, yeah. We need to investigate it. What are we afraid of? What are you afraid of? You have to ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Dying? Huh? Getting a new body? Yeah? Or maybe I go down to hell. Maybe I'm afraid to go down to hell, yeah? What I'm afraid of, yeah? Face the fear, yeah? Don't be controlled by the fear. If I don't, level up to this person, he might shun me, yeah? No. So what? Yeah? Face up to the fear. Yeah? Don't be controlled by the fear. Yeah? And I guess every one of you was controlled by the fear when they said, COVID, 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 yeah? You have to have 3 injections at least, yeah? Because if you don't have, you die. Yeah? I must be already dead by now. I never take any injection, I never put any face mask on, yeah? Because I don't believe the Western world. Huh? I'm not fooled by this anymore, yeah? Huh? I studied long enough, to know how it works, yeah? But you are fooled, Huh? telling you, yeah, you need this, you need that, yeah. And now they tell now they tell the Europeans you need to go to war with Russia. Yeah? Stupid. Yeah? If you don't, Russia comes. Yeah? Fear. You have to fight fear. Yeah? We cannot subdue to fear. Yeah? What are we afraid of? Sooner or later I have to die anyway, so what am I afraid of? Huh? Fear controls us. Yeah? And that's what what most of the governments use, fear tactic. Huh? If you don't do this, you don't get a good job. If you don't go to university, you have to go as a factory worker, yeah, or whatever, yeah. Or you have to go to Korea, to they need a lot of labor, yeah, yeah. Fear that controls us, yeah. Investigate what is fear. How does it feel? How does it differentiate from anger? How does it differentiate from pain? Yeah. And you will see, yeah, no matter what it is, if it is lust, fear, or things, it's just raising of the heart, yeah? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah? If it races faster, we are more afraid. If it races less, we are less afraid, yeah? Or we are less angry, yeah? That's why we have to understand, the body, yeah? That's why we have to investigate the body, yeah? And we have to investigate feelings, yeah? But first of all, we have to get into Samadhi, yeah? To be able to concentrate on the object that we investigate. Yes? The retirees understand that? Yeah? You have to investigate, in order to be able to understand in line with the truth, yeah? What is pain? How does it feel like? Where is it located, yeah? When I get up, why is it suddenly disappear? What kind of pain is that? Yeah? When I stop meditation, it's gone. Yeah? When I start meditation, it comes again. Yeah? Strange kind of pain, huh? Huh? All these, yeah? Huh? What is the feeling of fear? Yeah? How does it feel like? And then we don't have to be afraid of fear anymore. Yeah? And nobody can control us. If you don't do this, you will experience that. Yeah? That's how they control us, don't they? Huh? All the governments. They don't go to war, the government just send, us to fight for them. For what? For power, for money, for influence. Stupid, and we are stupid. And it's coming, yeah. Next World War is coming soon. Fire everywhere. Huh? Venezuela. Now they want Greenland, they want Cuba, they want this, they want that. They stoke fire in Taiwan, yeah, for the Chinese, yeah. And now the Chinese and the Russians are trying to get ready, to get rid of the bully, yeah. And that means World War III, yeah. So you better get your practice done before it starts, yeah? Huh? Don't get interested, yeah? So the last thing, what is it, yeah? If you have Sati, yeah? If you have this awareness, yeah? We don't do any mistakes, yeah? If we think about, should I do this? Should I go there? Should I go here? Then we make mistakes. Sati sees very clearly the situation and it always knows what to do right. Yeah? That's why we have to develop it, yeah? Not just Samadhi, not just concentration. Yeah? Remember next time you go and sit in concentration, yeah? Know how the breath is, how the Buddha is, yeah? Develop this knowingness, yeah? And don't go to the calmness, that comes, yeah? Oh, it's so nice. The moment you think it's nice, you're out of Samadhi. Huh? It chucks you out, it skyrockets you out, yeah? Huh? Oh, it's so nice, yeah? And it's gone. Yeah? Then you have to start again. Yeah? Oh, it's so nice. And it's gone. Yeah? And you start again. Yeah? Huh? So remember, yeah, Sati is our protector. Yeah, and investigation, yeah, gives light into the dark of the tunnel of delusion. Yeah. Why are we afraid? Yeah? What is pain? What is this? Yeah. Huh? Hello, you still awake? Huh? Huh? And just as a side remark, yeah, all these women, yeah, I don't want any one of you here. You hurt my feeling. How can I hurt your feeling? A feeling is a feeling. It cannot be hurt. A feeling is a phenomenon that arises and ceases, yeah? Huh? Huh? So never ever say that again. Huh? I cannot hurt your feeling. What I can hurt is your view of yourself, yeah? That is what I can hurt, yeah? I can say, when you think I'm so beautiful, when I say, oh, you're an ugly duck, this can hurt. Huh? Remember this, yeah, please? Yeah? Huh? It gives a big relief for your partner, yeah? Yeah? I mean, I had girlfriends, yeah? I know what they do, and they make you feel really terrible, when you say, you hurt my feeling. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do now, yeah? Huh? Yeah, remember? Yeah, it's a power word of the women, yeah? Huh? Okay, so, yeah, I think with this I end the talk, yeah? It's long enough, yeah?